The good news is, it's Halloween. The bad news is, it's 2020, which means whatever plans you had are most likely screwed. And there's nothing left for a cynical adult to do but watch cartoons. Trick-or-treating, costume parties, Rocky Horror, it's all out this year, because nothing we can imagine is as scary as the world is right now. So why not settle in with your intoxicant of choice, the giant bag of candy you would have been handing out, and some holiday-appropriate cartoons. To kick things off, it's The Telltale Heart, based on the story by Edgar Allan Poe, narrated by James Mason.
And it was over. The heart was still. The eye was dead.
And produced by UPA. They were the studio known for Mr. Magoo and for Gerald McBoing Boing. And at a time when other studios were moving toward more fluid motion and realistic illustration, UPA was going the opposite direction. They were embracing abstract design and limited motion as a creative choice, which fits this story perfectly. I saw this on film in a library basement when I was 8 years old. Probably didn't warp me at all, despite the fact that in 1953 the British Film Censorship Board rated this for adults only. I think it's fine. Next one is a twofer. Betty Boop meets Cab Calloway. Now, it may be surprising, 80 years removed, but back in the 30s, Fleischer Brothers Studio was a major deal in the industry. They had Popeye, they had Superman, and we're going to be doing a whole episode about those. And they had Betty Boop. And for these two cartoons, they worked with the band leader Cab Calloway. And if you don't know his name, I bet you at least know his song Minnie the Moocher. Or you've seen one of Danny Elfman's many homages. They didn't just use his songs, they rotoscoped Cab Calloway himself, first in a cartoon called Minnie the Moocher, and then in Snow White. That one used my favorite song of his, St. James Infirmary.
Tell 'em I got those St. James Infirmary blues.
And if that rotoscope dance looks familiar, it may be because of the homage in Over the Garden Wall. Next, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
And I, Jack.
Not that Nightmare Before Christmas. You probably know about how Tim Burton wrote The Nightmare Before Christmas as a poem back when he was a young Cal Arts graduate working at Disney. He thought it might work as a TV special, like Rudolph, but Tim Burton-y. This is an adaptation of that original poem, read by Christopher Lee.
There must be more to life than just yelling, boo!
The art is based on Tim Burton's original art, and I guarantee some After Effects artist had a blast making this. As far as I can tell, this is only available on the Nightmare Before Christmas Blu-ray. But if you're watching this channel, odds are good you already own that. Now, there's plenty more cartoons we could watch for Halloween, but I gotta save something for future videos. So let's move on to some specials and episodes. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Is pretty much mandatory. Seriously, if you're not watching that, what are we even doing here? So let's move on to the Gravity Falls episode, Summerween. Now, Gravity Falls takes place over one summer, but they really wanted to do a Halloween episode, so...
Wait, summer what?
Summerween! The people of this town love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year.
They even had jack-o'-melons. Gravity Falls had a real gift for creatures that were ridiculous, but also legit disturbing, and the Candy Monster is one of the best. Plus, this episode has my choice for the funniest moment of the series.
Twins!
Okay, spoiler, the kid's okay at the end.
I've been traumatized.
Next, let's go back to 1978 for Witch's Night Out. And frankly, I'm recommending it based on how weird this thing is. Everybody is just this weird, kind of solid-colored humanoid blob. And then they all have names like Small and Tender and Goodly and Rotten and Malicious. And then the babysitter is named Bazooey, and he's a terrible babysitter because on his watch, the kids, you know, Small and Tender, get turned into monsters. Then there's something about the witch losing her wand, and Goodly makes a speech, and this may be a good time for those intoxicants I mentioned. But on the plus side, the voice cast includes Gilda Radner
Some rat stole my magic wand!
and Catherine O'Hara.
I put a lot of effort into these peanut butter corned beef balls.
From there, I usually move on to movies, and there are plenty of animated movies to watch on Halloween. You could watch Paranorman and Coraline for a Leica double feature. Or, you already got out your Nightmare Before Christmas Blu-ray. Me, I'm gonna watch Mad Monster Party? The question mark is part of the title. This is from 1967, made by Rankin Bass, who were already building a Christmas cinematic universe with Rudolph and Frosty. They brought together a bunch of classic monsters, along with the voices of Phyllis Diller
How do I look?
and Boris Karloff.
I am resigning as your leader.
So that's how I'm spending my Halloween. I hope you can find a way to entertain yourself while you're social distancing, or just enjoying your intoxicant of choice. If you have any favorites of your own, leave them in the comments, and while you're down there, be sure to like and subscribe. It's true I'm nervous, very dreadfully nervous. But why will you say that I am mad?